Hello everyone, welcome back to Array blog once again. So in the past video we have learned about JavaScript object and array, right? So for basically but today we are going to leveling up. So we will explore powerful array method that makes your code cleaner, smarter, and interview ready, right? Plus we learn about array destructuring and spread operator, rest operator. So let's dive into that. So I've created a file that's array method.js, right? So we are going to write here everything and then we'll run it, right? So the first thing we are going to learn map. So map is basically transforming array. So the map method create a new array by applying a function to each element, right? So let's see example. So it's a constant and we're going to create a numbers that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And the next thing we are going to what we're going to do, we are going to double it. So we'll say doubled equals to, we'll say numbers dot, and then we are going to do this basically in num and we print this. So we'll say console log, say double, right? So this is what a map function does. Map method basically create a new array by applying a function to each element. So let's run it and see what we get here. So we'll say node a, yeah. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So map doesn't change the original array, it returns a brand new one. Now next thing we are going to use the filter. So filter is basically selecting element from the array and basically return a new array with a only element that passes a given condition. So for example, we'll say constant age, that is going to be 12, 17, 25, and say 30, right? And we'll say constant adults equals to, we can say ages dot filter. We're going to say if ages, right, ages is greater than equals to, age is greater than equals to 8. So what it will does, it will return all the value that is greater than 80. So we'll say console dot log, we will say adults. So let's clear this and run this. We got 20, 20, 20, 20, 25, and 30. That is perfect for filtering data like user, score, or items, right? Next thing we are going to learn reduce. That is basically used for accumulating the values. So accumulating values is basically combining all array into a single result, right? So combining all arrays values into a single result and great for some totals, right? So let's see. So we'll use is numbers here, the number we have declared here. So what we're going to do, we are going to say const total equals to say numbers dot reduce, and then we are going to say right? And we'll say um, count plus value, and that will be 0. So this will return the total of the numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 3, 6 plus 10, right? It should return 10. So we'll say console dot log, basically totals. So here basically ACC is the accumulator, and value is basically each item, and the 0 is the initial value. So it will start from the 0, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. It will start from the 0 and then it will keep adding the values, right? So let's run it and see what we get here. So we'll say got the 10, right, by the combining all the value. So next thing we are going to learn here, that find, right? So find is basically the first element that matches a condition, right? So suppose we have an array of 100 elements and you want to search a specific the first value that you want. Basically, you have a name of 100 users and you wanted to find the first one. So the first element that matches a condition, right? And that's where finds comes into the game. So let's say constant users a test say array and say and the next what are going to say const say result equals to user dot result equals to the stop find. We'll say name and then name equals to say return the result. So result this one. So let's clear this and run this. Got the array, right? It matches the first element that matches a condition, and it give us the array, right? Sum basically check if at least one element matches a conditions, right? So next thing is basically the sum that check if at least one element matching a condition or not. So we'll say constant score that will be 45, 78, and then 90, right? And then we are going to say console dot log and say scores dot sum. Then we are going to say scores to score. This is going to be score is greater than 50, and we are going to print this. So console dot log, that is we already doing this. So let me run this and we'll see what we get here. So yeah, got the true, right? That one condition is true. Same goes for the every. So I'll request you to just go down, just go and try with the every. So basically, I'll tell you what every does. Every basically check if all statement satisfies a condition, right? So suppose this is the 40 45 45 78 and 90, right? And now you wanted to check if the certain value is above if the score contain greater than the 40, right? So it will return, yeah, of course, because your score contain the all the value that is greater than 45, 78, and 90, right? So that's where every comes into the game. So next one is include, that basically check if if an element exists in an array or not, right? So you can use include also. Next thing we are going to do, we are going to do the sorting and reverse. So sort is basically it sorts array element alphabetically or numerically, right? So we'll say constant, we'll say nums equals to 30, 40, 10, 50, 20, right? And we are going to sort. So we'll say nums dot sort, and we'll say a b is greater than a minus b, right? And then we are going to say console dot log. So yeah, we're going to say console dot log, that is going to be nums. Yeah. Let's run it and see. Get here. So it's a array method. Let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? Always uses a compare function for number, otherwise it sort alphabetically, right? We can also use the reverse to reverse the array. So we'll say nums dot reverse, right? We'll say console log, that is nums. Yeah. So let's run it and see what we get here. So we got 50, 30, 20, 10. Right? Now, next thing, we have already explored this, but I'll explain a bit here. The array destructuring and spread or rest operator, right? So array destructuring work the same way as object, but with the array. So let's say we'll say const colors equals to we can say red, say green, and we can say blue, right? And we are going to say first, we are going to access the first and second. Let's say first and second, so that is colors, right? So here what we are doing, we are destructuring the array, and now we are going to print console dot log. We're going to say first, second. So let's run it and see what we get here. So we'll say clear, run this. So we got red and green, right? And we just did the array structuring, restructuring. Now the separate operator basically used to combine or copy arrays, right? So we'll say constant array 1 equals to 1 comma 2, and then constant array 2 equals to, that is 3 comma 4, right? And what we're going to do, we are going to combine it. So it's a const to combine, and we are going to say dot array 1 and array 2. We print this, we'll say console dot log, we'll say combined. So separate operator and rest operator both work when you use dot three dots, right? So but the difference is spread operator basically used to combine in a combine or a copy array, right? So let's run this and see what we get here. So we'll say we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next thing is the rest operator, right? So for the rest operator, what are we going to do? We are going to uh, we are going to say we are going to combine this, the array 2 and the color ones, right? So let's see, let's see what we get. So we'll say constant, and we'll say basically we can group the remaining item into an array, right? So what we can do, we can rather than doing this, we can come use this, right? This one, the first, second, and then this array, right? So let's do. So we'll say constant, and we'll say first, and then we'll say second, we'll say array 1, and equals to colors, right? And give me comment this so that yeah, that's it. So array 1 is I mean other is basically what we can do, we can say others, yeah, others, and let's print the color. Say console console dot log. We are going to say others, right? So let's run it and see what we get here. So it's a the first cannot access the first before. So this one is here, this and then this. So we got the blue, right? The others one basically. So that's how the rest work. So let's recap everything what we covered today. So the idea is, the first we have learned about the map that basically transform the data. Second, we've learned about the filter, select matching items, and the reduce is basically sum or combine values, and find is basically get first matches. And sum or every is basically for the checking the condition. Include basically check if the value is exist or in an array or not. Sort or reverse basically reorder the data. And separate or rest basically used for the combine or unpack an array. So and that's the JavaScript object and array mini series, right? So you have learned how to structure, manipulate, and optimize data, and that skill basically every developer should know. Every JavaScript developer should know. So if you enjoy this series, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Right. In the next chapter, we are going to learn about the DOM and selecting element in a JavaScript. Right. So stick with me, and we'll see you into the next one. Thank you.